Good afternoon, everybody. For this update, I'm going to talk a little bit about my new prosthesis and a couple of interesting items about my previous test sockets. I'll start with that. So, the very first socket that I had was this test socket. And I just wanted to show you the difference between this test socket, which I was still wearing about a year ago, and the latest test socket that was used to create this prosthesis. So if I hold these side by side, you can see the real difference in shape that's occurred to my limb. That is a front view, and that would be viewed from the right. And from the left. So you can see a lot more definition as the soft tissues have atrophied away over the past year. Now, it's interesting because at this stage, I would say that my stump has stopped shrinking, but the shape has changed a little bit. I have a little bit more definition, and that has helped me out in that this prosthesis more or less locks onto my leg just with that shape. My shin bone, the tibia, is a little bit more prominent than the soft tissues on the side. And that gives me a lot of torsional stability twisting my leg. Whereas in this socket, there was still a little bit of rotation from my limb inside the socket. In this socket now, it feels really locked onto me. Also, the fibular head, you can see how prominent it is relieved even in this socket. That also adds quite a bit of stability. Now, the previous walking leg that I had is now going to be my work leg. So we've moved all the components for the quick change onto that strutter leg that I had as my previous recreational leg. There is still a significant difference in fit between this leg and my current leg. In this leg, I would normally wear 2 lightweight ply socks, which equates to probably a total of 3 or 4 plies. And that would keep me set for the day. I would start out with 1. Partway through the day, as my limb shrank, I'd add a second, and that would be fine for the rest of the day. In this leg, all I have room for is basically a sheath that goes right on my liner, and this sheath is basically just like a nylon sock, and it has a small hole for the pin. Throughout this whole process, I've stayed with a Coyote Pinlock style liner and socket. I'm familiar with it now. I like the durability of it, and I really haven't had a reason to change up. So when I don this leg, that's basically all that I have to put on my liner, and that does me for the entire day. This sheath actually acts more as a slippery surface for me to slide down into the socket. If I go into it directly with the liner, it's a little bit sticky, a little bit harder for me to get seated in. There you go. So I'm in about maybe 4 or 5 clicks on my pin. And that about does it. The new leg, yet to be named. So if you have a good name for this guy, you can put it in the comments below. Take care.